So Karine Jean-Pierre has left the Democrat Party. Are you me?
Well, this is interesting. Former Biden White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says she's leaving the Democratic Party. And of course, that announcement will come with a new book.
It was a firing squad, and I had never seen anything like it before. I'd never seen a party do that.
Joe Biden's press secretary, the one that stood up there and said, oh, Joe's fine. Man, he's working hard. He's got it all together up here. She's an independent now. All the rats are running from the ship. Every single one. If Karine Jean-Pierre can't stay with the Democrats, who can? There's a reason everybody's leaving the Democrats. The Democrats, it's a sinking ship.
Guys, this has been an amazing start to Donald Trump's presidency. Like, the Democrats are totally defeated. I am loving every second of this. Karine Jean-Pierre is joining the likes of Fake Tapper because she's joining the book club, I know the truth and I'm going to reveal it after the presidential election when, it doesn't matter now. There's nothing really at stake. But she's writing this stupid behind book and she's coming out here and pretending as though she has like all this tell-all stuff. It's like, okay, where the hell were you before? Fake Tapper was bad enough. He had at least some deniability. He asked questions. Karine Jean-Pierre was directly responsible for being a lying propaganda shill and an arm, a puppet of the radical left. And yet here she is saying that, well, like I decided to go independent and write this book with a tell-all story about what was really going on in the White House.
Hi, I'm Karine Jean-Pierre, and I am the author of a new book that's coming out this fall called Independent. Since I have left, the people that come up to me, strangers that come up to me just across the country as I'm traveling, and sometimes right in my neighborhood, at a grocery store, supermarket, airport, my daughter's school, the number one question they ask me is, Karine, how do we get out of this? How do we protect our democracy? How do we protect vulnerable communities among us? What do we do next? And this is my answer. And what I mean by that is, in an era of misinformation, disinformation, the regressiveness of social policy, what we're seeing currently right now, what I have decided to do, and I really have thought long and hard about this, is to follow my own compass. And that's what I've done. And that's what this book does. I think we need to stop thinking in boxes and think outside of our boxes and not be so partisan. As long as you respect the community that I belong to and vulnerable communities that I respect, I will be there with you.
Karine, if you felt that there were some problems in the White House or problems with the party, both things, it seems, is what she's probably going to be talking about in this book. It's not released yet, so I don't know for sure. But if she felt that either of these was a problem, you didn't speak on any of that before. As a matter of fact, you lied about it. So even if you try to claim, well, hey, guys, my job was to lie for the Biden White House. My job was to cover the White House and say good things. That was my job. I just did what I was hired to do. No. Who the hell takes a job that is a scumbaggery, scum of the earth? I'm talking gum on the bottom of somebody's shoe type of job. And then just say, well, hey, this is what they paid me to do. I had to do what I had to do. It's like, hey, they hired me to be an assassin and kill a bunch of people, but hey, they paid me good. No. This is stupid and foolish. And Karine, rightfully so, got absolutely roasted on TikTok for this.
Wow! She now wants to be an independent. Please check on the party of the independents because I feel bad. Do you guys accept her in your party? Do you accept someone that stood at the podium for over 2 years and lied, straight lied?
Now, to give her the benefit of the doubt, we don't know exactly what she's saying in the book or really like what this book is going to be about. But I think just the timing of it and also just the looks of it seem fishy.
Miss Karine here can tell you anything she like in her little book, but the truth will continue to come out. She knows for a fact that Biden cognitive issue has been an issue since day one, and they continue to lie to the American people. It is time for them to be held accountable.
Well, it's official. Even the most loyal rats are now jumping from the ship. I thought when Lindy Lee came out and made that announcement, that was a pretty bold move. But to come so late as Jean-Pierre is coming to this party, thank you for finally admitting and realizing that everything you've been telling us about this ridiculous party and this absurd meat puppet of a president was complete bullshit.
It's crazy what has happened to this party since the elections. Now you have the press secretary that represented the Democratic Party every single day leaving the party. A woman that tried to convince us every single day that the Democrats were such a good party. They represented American values. We all need to vote blue. Now, she herself is leaving that same party. It'll be interesting to see the backlash from the Democrats and how they address this.
A snake that sheds its skin is still a snake. Case in point, Karine Jean-Pierre Van Dam, who just switched parties and became an independent. Also, she can write a tell-all memoir about her tumultuous time in the White House when Joe Biden was all fucked in the head. Let's take a look at some of her famous clips defending Joe Biden and not letting the American people know that his mental capabilities are in sharp decline. Roll the clip.
Physically and mentally, do you think to continue on even after 2024?
Don, you're asking me this question. Oh my gosh, he's the president of the United States. You know, I can't even keep up with it. We just got back from New Mexico. We just got back from California. That is not a question that we should be even asking.
You said, Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? She must not be here.
No, I totally understand. I just explained she was on top of mind.
The book is suggesting the president tells aides he's tired.
But that's in the excerpt, right?
Yeah, and that's why there have been so few public events before 10 a.m.
I mean, that's a ridiculous assumption to make.
President Biden is the oldest president in U.S. history. Why does White House staff treat him like a baby?
No one treats the president of the United States, the commander-in-chief, like a baby.
So there's this book that says
that's ridiculous.
When staff
it's a ridiculous claim.
What's...
I would put the president's stamina, president's wisdom, ability to get this done on behalf of the American people against anyone.
How is President Biden ever going to convince the 3/4 of voters who are worried about his physical and mental health that he is okay, even though in Las Vegas he told a story about recently talking to a French president who died in 1996?
I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole with you, sir. Comments were made in that report about that, obviously about his memory that we don't believe lives in reality. I think you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith, and some of your news organization have been very clear, have stressed that these the right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem. I think there is so much misinformation, disinformation, as we've been talking about. You talked about the video of the president wandering, and it's not true, right? The president wasn't wandering. And so we believe we have to call that out. We've been calling it cheap fakes. That is something that came directly from the media outlets.
Is anyone in the White House hiding information about the president's health or his ability to do the job day to day?
Absolutely not. What we have released has been very comprehensive. It has been. It has been transparent. With age comes wisdom and comes experience. And I think that matters as well. He is as sharp as ever, as I have known him to be in my engagement, in my experience with him. And I know when I walk into the Oval Office or see him on Air Force One, I have to be on top of my game.
So who ordered White House officials to cover up a declining president?
I know that that is a narrative that you love. And wait.
Even though I can't stand Karine Jean-Pierre Van Dam, I still want to read what happened in the White House under Biden. Was he bottle fed? Did he made a poopsie in his pamper?
Now, this book doesn't come out until October, so I won't be able to tell you exactly what she said. But based on the fact that she's saying it was a broken White House and that she's gone independent, I would say she's probably going to spill some beans. There was no science. It was just medical profits. There was no healthy president running the country. It was just pure corruption. But yes, it is about time Americans come together and realize this two-party system is bullshit. Republicans are full of shit, the Democrats are full of shit, and we're sick of the grift. It's time for intelligent Americans to come together and vote on issues, not identity politics or parties.
Let's just face it, all of her lying made the independents just realize, you know what? We are going to vote for superstar President Donald Trump because we're going to save America. Woo! But really, this is just so sad. We're seeing the Democrat Party just fall, collapse. Ugh.
And then I think it is just frustrating from a perspective of someone who is in the party and looking to leaders within the party to be providing solutions, to be providing a roadmap forward. And instead, it's like everyone wants to either switch up or start saying all of these ideas and things after the fact. Like, I don't know. We're going to have to see how it turns out, but I think it is definitely surprising and a little bit unsettling.
You love to see it, guys. I know that it's going to get worse and worse and worse. This is just the beginning, because I'm telling you, she's going to get absolutely cooked today, tomorrow. Like, it's so bad. So many people are abandoning the Democrat Party. You see this one black girl in the clips I showed you here. She's like, well, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Leave the party. If something doesn't work for you, you leave. You don't just keep trying to work. You maybe can try a little bit, and if you think it's worth it, but you don't just stick with something. This shows you how didn't nobody else in none of these clips, and I looked through a bunch, nobody else in any of these clips say anything like that. Well, I'm frustrated because I'm a part of the party. Well, if you're frustrated with it, then leave. Question it, say this sucks, and leave like a normal person. Stop being a little propagandist and being so gullible, and leave the party. Exit stage left. Okay, the curtain is closing for the radical left. The walls have closed in already. Some smart people decided to escape and get their grift, get their money on, which is what Karine is obviously doing. I guess that job from The View, she never got the job offer from The View. MSDNC already had Jen Sloppy over there, so with her failing rating. So I don't know, maybe there'll be a position open for you soon, Karine, if Jen gets fired from her job like Joyless Reed, and maybe they'll hire you as the latest DEI hire. But from the way things are looking, I wouldn't count on it. But I don't know, guys. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Karine Jean-Pierre can be trusted to be an independent voice? Do you think we could believe anything that she ever has to say again? Or is she pretty much cooked for life? Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
That she claims she's no longer a Democrat. She's coming out with a book, a memoir, hyping, says the New York Post, a quote, broken Biden administration. You've got to be kidding me.